You speak as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is you are checking in. Welcome, chat. Hello. There was no one in here for like 5 minutes. And I was like, oh God, is it going to be one of those starts? I haven't had one of them in a few years. These late night draw streams. I just enjoyed yesterday so much. I loved hanging out with Finn. That was fun. I love hanging out with the chat. Bootleg says, Cheetah, everyone knows you traced that. Port's PTP is going to get his identity stolen. I said, hence why I have to establish a narrative that it isn't him. Exactly. Mo Biggs. Hail, Mo Biggs. Who else we got in here? Eric Grant. We have Bootleg says, I hope you know I'm just joking with you. Well, I figured if you're here in the chat, Bootleg, you don't hate me completely. Thank you, sir. Sumo Thori, I see you, buddy. Who else is here? Sean Hollywood. He says, Mikey Mike, how you going? I'm going good, Sean. How are you going? We got Dean in the house. Aardvark's here. American Comics. Linkovich. Art CS says he's still up. What time is it where you are, guys? I know what time it is where Mo Big says. He says, if it really was PTP, Eric Weathers would probably be happy to have been fired by Bancroft to avoid the Bendis tier word balloon density. How dare Camel say you're not funny, Mo? How dare he? That was on the fly. Couldn't have made that up earlier. We got Dave Brink in the house. These streams are for the night owls and the Euros. Jasper says, too late. I just got home from work, hung out a little bit with the kids, Jasper. I want to hang out with you guys too, though. That's the thing. I want to hang out with you guys too. Like Daniel. Oh, my voice just broke. Daniel. How you going, Daniel? Great to see you here. Jeremy Burtz. How Jeremy Burtz? Won't be staying long. Was about to doze off. I understand, Jasper. It's very late where you guys are. Devilfish is here. Who else is here? Who else? Pork Hunt. Bootlegs at work till 8 a.m. Well, I hope I can just spend, like an hour and a half keeping you company. Mo says, he also said, I'm a fouled stand-up comic, so I didn't take his words to heart. Yeah. He has anger in his blood, our friend. Mr. Camel Moon. All right. Same scene as yesterday, different perspective. Let's start off nice and easy with some of this busy work. This scene I actually owe to the great winner today of the friggin' Battle of the Joes, Mr. Joe Fulton. We were having one of those infamous editor sessions, and he was like, now, if that were the case, and he asked me a question, and I was like, Joe, I don't have an answer to that, and that's a problem, because I needed an answer, and I just didn't have one, which is not good when you're writing a story. Loophole territory we were in. So I went away, took a couple of weeks, figured it out, and I realized all I need is a scene, a certain scene, and we'll be good to go. That's what happened. And this is the fruit of that discussion. Oh, don't do that. No, don't do that. I won't be able to pull up your chats, but I have them here. I will see if you guys ask me a question or say anything that needs reading. I will read it out. So Red Camel is in his blood red moon phase. He's blocking people left, right, and center. He blocked someone else today. Probably someone a lot of you have blocked. Someone out there on Twitter, just being unusual. Why are so many people being unusual on Twitter? What's up with that? Could someone explain it to me? I wish I knew, but I don't. American Comic says barn owls sleep face down. Thank you for that knowledge. I do like collecting random trivia nonsense. That is a thing I do. I went in from the stream yesterday and Victoria thought she'd gotten me. I come in and you know what she said? She asked me. She said, Papa, which US president had the shortest term, shortest time in office? And I thought about it for a second. I was just accessing the old memory banks and I just hit her and I said, William Henry Harrison. And she's like, what? She doesn't know that I remember the song from The Simpsons. We've got Oma Glitch in the house. He says, hey, is there a shaved head under that hoodie? No. Hair, my friend. Look at that. That's the Mel gave me a 2 on the side and like a 5 on top or something. When I get down to 85 kilos, I'm going to shave the lot because my face will be thin enough that I can handle a shaved head again. I like the look, but I'm a bit just the baby fat, you know. It's the baby fat. And when I say that, I mean the babies that Mel had, and I put on sympathetic weight. Yeah, Mo Biggs knows it. I died in 30 days. Education says PTP has a bigger bottle. Yeah, this is a European style beer he'll be drinking. All right. I've got to draw a bar stool here, which is an interesting thing. We'll see how that goes. Bar stool, I'm thinking it's got like a fabric texture on it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Jeremy Burt said he had a cold on inauguration day. How did he die? Paul Hunt says, so what, they're teaching a US history and not probably no Australian? Well, in this house, we teach all kinds of geography, but I've always had a fascination with the US presidents. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. And call it an interest. At one point, I could have told you every single US president in history in order. But I think those days are behind me. I still remember quite a few. I was able to identify the president on the $50 bill in a trivia thing. Ulysses S. Grant. Oma Glitch says, looks great. Good haircut there. Thank you. My wife gave it to me. She's gotten good over the old lockdown. I tell you, curves, they're the worst on a Wacom. They're better on a tablet. You can kind of see more what you're doing, but that's good enough. Could you name every Aussie PM though? Pork says. Well, the thing about it is there's not actually that many. There was no, I thought he was Bruce. It's not Bruce. Barton was our first prime minister. I don't remember them in order. There was Deakin. I think Bruce was a prime minister. Such an Aussie name, Bruce. I actually met an Australian prime minister, Malcolm Fraser, and he said my name. I did a job for him. Not for him, but on a project he was attached to. And he said, I would just like to thank Michael Bancroft for his excellent design work. I said, thank you, Malcolm Fraser. I think he was wasn't he a bit of an SJW before that was a thing? I don't know. Jeremy Burt says he died of pneumonia. Yeah, back in the day, you got pneumonia. I guess that was it. Mo says Mrs. B is an accomplished landscaper and manscaper. Well, she doesn't she manscapes everything above here, Mo, nothing else. But today, I came home from work and indeed, she had mowed the lawn, cleaned up all this garden stuff. I was very impressed. I have to say, very impressed indeed. It looks very nice, very neat. So, round of applause for Mel, I think, is in order for her hard work today. Pork says Barton, Deacon. Oh, it was pretty good. Watson, Reed, Fisher, Cook, Hughes, Bruce. So I got 3. They don't make any TV shows. I mean, there have been some, but they're more newer ones like Paul Keating and Bob Hawke and stuff like that. But they don't make many TV shows on the Australian prime ministers. I really like to get into, I love John Adams, the HBO one. Oh, I've seen that 4 times. You get to see Jefferson and Washington and all those cats. Val Schnitzel says, Hale, are you going to be on today? Yes, it was today. We thought it was, yeah. So it's in, 12 hours. In 12 hours, I will be on Andy Smith's channel. We'll be chatting about Painted Death and I guess whatever Andy wants to talk about. He just asked me to come on. I said, yes, Andy. Yes, I do. I haven't chatted with Andy in ages. Andy, I like Andy for lots of reasons. He's a very good artist. Seems like a cool guy. But he copped a lot of guff when he first came into CG because he wasn't the most naturally entertaining person. But he started a channel. He did his thing. He got his groove. And yeah, kicking butt. All right. What does Pork say now? I inoculated my kids against socialism by having them clean the bathroom, paid them $10, then took away $7 and gave it to their sibling who didn't help. That is a fantastic. Oh, Pork, that's wonderful. Yeah. There's videos out there on YouTube of people going around and asking about socialism, and they all, all the students at a university, and they're all for it. And then he couches it in a way that they understand. It's like, imagine, and he gets into grades. You do a project, and then they distribute the grades around the classroom, and they straight away they're like, no, that's bullshit. That's unfair. Mo says Andy Smith is almost as captivating a speaker as PTP himself. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Mo. Yeah, that's a good idea, Pork. I might have to do that. I feel like my kids are smart enough to figure out that socialism doesn't work anyway, but it's always good to hammer it home with a life lesson. All right, now how is this chair going to work? How do these? I think it goes like this. I think it's like you get a bit here, like that. Pretty sure it's like that. Okay. Yep. Because they're on an angle. I can't use my rulers that I've set up because it tapers. Val says Andy is great on his own channel, Mo. On CG Kings, he's usually tired. I mean, I've never been on CG Kings, but yeah, it is very difficult to stand out in that crowd on that channel. It's hard to do it when it's just, I've been on there when it's just me and Ethan. It's like Ethan has a very big personality. John has a very big personality. Those guys are proper showmen. Mo says, I know him best by putting me to sleep on this channel. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I like it. I like it when people come in here and they don't just let that first impression stick. And keep at it. And keep going. Power through. I respect it. I respect the hustle. I respect anyone who can stick around and maintain on YouTube for a long period of time. It's hard. You don't always feel like doing it every day. But I'm going to do a little bit of this action here, I think. We've got Chokeout in the house. How you going, buddy? Good, a 4-inch state of him. That was a bit Scottish, actually. Alrighty. Chokeout, I always do you around the house. I mean, I don't swear, but I do a nicer version of you. In slaughter. Oh, what were we saying the other day? It was just last night. I was saying to Mel, it was something about butter, but we were saying butter. Get some butter, sit down and watch Predator. It was, I can't remember what we were saying. This is what we do to entertain ourselves, believe it or not. He says, my poor wife, she is long suffering. That is true. She watches Camel Nights until the family fap. She doesn't like that segment. She doesn't like us checking out ladies. She thinks it's silly. RP for $4.99. Thank you so much. He says, your streams always keep me entertained, brother. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, RP. Glad to do it. That's it. Melly's got it. Yeah. Can you grab me a bottle of water so we can watch Predator? Bottle of water, Predator. There's words in there. You're a legend, RP. I can picture you like laughing in the way that Chokeout can. That's good stuff. That's the kind of stuff we talk about, Mel and I. I think. That's good enough. Close enough is good enough. That's my motto. That's why I get in trouble. That's why I get in trouble out there. I should change my motto to stop thinking close enough is good enough. A bit more precision in your craft. And I get in less trouble. People would yell at me less. People would judge me less harsh. Bristolian Dave, did I just tune into Bancroft is making fun of my heritage? No, hang on, choke out. There's no T in there. I know you think you're saying a T, but you're not. It's bot without the T. Of. Yeah, that's right. Water. Yeah. No, there's no T's. You don't pronounce T's. No, I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating your rich culture. We haven't watched the final or the latest season of Peaky Blinders yet. But we will get to that at some point. We binged Peaky Blinders 5 seasons and we just were like, I think we're a bit peakied out. I think we peaked with Peaky Blinders. It's a very intense show. But I do like the accent. Even my 4-year-old when we were watching it, would go around the house saying, Peaky Blinders. Mo says, henceforth, only prop up British accents. Yeah. Captain says Peaky is starting to fall off. I heard that as well too. So I was like, I didn't want to. We had such a good run. I didn't want to. It's inevitable though. Like every season, they really kind of grow. So the sort of the original magic gets lost. Yeah, he was always the underdog, and when you become the big dog, it changes the dynamics. Genuine Comic says, is Peaky Blinders any good? Yeah, it is. It's real good. It's very well made. I recommend it. Actually, we started to watch because I made that video about what's it called? Oh God, Terminal List. And people were saying they've been watching Jack Ryan. I'm a fan of most of the Tom Clancy movies, so I thought, well, let's watch that. It's different. I'd say it's pretty slow. But yeah, I don't know. I might do a video on it if that's of interest. People seem to have liked the Terminal List one. Getting good views. I mean, nothing like what Jeremy gets. Jeremy had his very first video go over 100,000 today. He's making hundreds of dollars purely off his videos. He's absolutely crushing it. Good on him. I've done this different. Don't like it. Omaglitch says, what's the PTP title referencing? Oh, the character he's here. This guy here, I don't know, you can really see him. The one with the beard. People were saying he looks like Patrick. I know, I just try and come up with some dumb title for these draw streams. Trying to be silly. It's not based off Patrick. I conceived. Is that conceived? That sounds weird to say about a male character. I conceived of him many moons ago, before I ever met Patrick. Pork says, did you know Tom Clancy was going to write the screenplay for Tom Selleck's planned Magnum PI films? I did not know that. Is Tom Clancy still alive? someone asked this. I think we were talking about this the other day. I don't know. I don't know if Tom Clancy is still alive. All right, has to go in. I think a little bit of depth. I conceived Patrick. No, he died. That's a shame. Oh, died in 2013. Oh wow. Okay. I think I read Patriot games. My brother was huge into them. He had them all. He read them all. But so they were laying around the house. I read one of them. I think it was Patriot games. It could have been Clear and Present Danger, but don't really remember. Yeah, how would this be down here like this? I don't know. Probably. You always got to question, like, how much time and effort are you going to be putting into these details that you know no one's going to look at? Like, how accurate do you want to be? That's fine. Pork says, Bootleg says, PTP calls Bancroft daddy. Well, not yet. Maybe in the future. No, never. He never would. All right. Actually, sort of like this. This is where I get in trouble because I eyeball things a lot. That's how I get yelled at. I'm an eyeballer. I'm a habitual eyeballer. Pork says, when I was younger, my sister said she understood how you got Bob from Robert, Bill from William, but asked me how you get Dick from Richard. He said, ask him nicely. That's a good one. That's like a naughty dad joke. I like it. I like it a lot. Pork, you're a bit of a funny fella, my friend. Mo says Vicky will look at all those details. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I was thinking about that. Like, this is why I get into trouble. Because I'm putting things on the internet when they're not finished. And, you know, people are sort of seeing a bit how the sausage is made. People don't agree that you should be, you know, so closely referencing things. And there's a point in that. I've probably, like, it becomes a crutch when I need to learn something new. I don't really know how to draw it. I mean, I think there's an argument you could be made. That's fair. But so that's how I've learned so many things. The guy that does the water power, when I originally drew that, I just had no idea how to do it. And I just ended up doing this. Like that. That's his power, just like lines going up, because I just didn't know how to do it. So I went and I found, like, I googled water swirling and found this whole, I mean, there's thousands of these images that people have created of this water just like swirling up. So I just started copying them and like smashing them all together. And now I know how to draw it. That's my thing. Chokeout's got to go. See you, Chokeout. He's off. What else you guys saying? Oh, Mo's got the. That's probably one of my favorite moments from The Simpsons. The "Don't forget, you're here forever. Do it for her" thing. It was such a. Remember, The Simpsons was so good. Waterbending is on Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's also in The Lucent a little bit. A little bit. It will play. It'll start to play a bit of a heavier role as the books go on. Alrighty. Pork says Batgirl holds the world record for longest director's cut. It features 90 minutes of deleted scenes. That was when I was like, this is when I was like, I saw people making videos on that sort of thing, and man, you can just so easily, I don't know, fall into a trap. It's like that thing came out with the, the tamales, the Mexican let's celebrate Hispanic month, I don't know, whatever it is. And everyone was kind of laughing or cringing at the Hispanic food variant covers. And they changed the best one to the guy had like space tamales in a bag. I was like, do I make a video on this? And because I watched Zach's video on it, and I read the comments, and the first comment was, as a Hispanic, I find this super offensive, or whatever. As a Mexican, people don't usually call themselves Hispanic. As a Mexican, I find this deeply offensive. It reduces our culture to food things and blah blah blah. And then the second comment was, as a Latino, I find this hilarious. I think it's cool and fun. It's like, all right, I mean, it's one of those situations like, am I supposed to be offended? Are we supposed to get out the pitchforks? I don't really know. And I just decided, I don't think I'm making a video today. There's just nothing to talk about that's interesting. I'm just not going to be, I don't know. I'm not going to be one of those guys like, I need to make a video today. Like, I need to find a topic. If there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to talk about. Perth says he forgot about the channel emojis. Oh, have fun, Perth. They're there to have fun with. Val says when Trump posted a photo of himself with a taco bowl, the whole world went ballistic. I don't remember that, actually. I do not remember that. I remember the fish thing, the koi fish. That was funny. Well, I mean, I guess it wasn't funny at the time. But the ice cream, remember the ice cream? He gets 2 scoops because he's the president. I don't know. Bootleg says, I thought the variants were hilarious. I'm sad they fixed them. It's funny that they're trying to make out like, oh no, it was always going to be that the whole time. I thought they were worried about copyright. I don't know. Maidenhell says, I'm sure Puma Fist will say something dumb in a few days. You'll be right, man. I haven't covered Puma Fist on the channel yet. And I do find him to be quite a hilarious character. Now, the question is will you better see the other thing? I think you probably would. I think you probably would. Genuine Dave says, I would not be offended if they portray a Dutch character wearing clogs, eating cheese while picking tulips. That was my thinking, Dave. I was thinking that immediately when I saw it, the first thing I thought of was the Australian episode of The Simpsons, where they just crammed ridiculous stereotypes into one episode and into all these characters. But it was such a great episode. Australians loved it because even though they were ridiculous, there was truth in every single stereotype. Like the prime minister is just he's out there, sitting in a billabong, in a rubber tire, drinking a beer. It's like that sort of stand. And they were like, "Oh, we wouldn't call that a bullfrog. We'd call that a chaswazza." Then that's the sort of thing that we would do. So even though it was ridiculous, it was funny, and we did. I don't know if anyone was insulted. Probably like people were insulted, but I think it was done in fun. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to feel insulted. I don't really know. I'm not going to be insulted on behalf of other people. It's not my thing. Mo says, I'm glad the Aussie episode came out during the peak and not today. It would just be one Australian celeb cameo after another with no jokes. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, Fanarch is here again. How you going, buddy? It was fun hanging out with you yesterday. It was fun. I didn't know if Dean was being serious when he said he didn't know that we knew each other. It's like, Finn and I go way back to the before times. All right, I've got to stop faffing and actually do something here with this stool. Got 40 people in the house. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Please do like the stream. Share it out if you want to. I mean, we're just chilling. Maybe not. If you can share out streams, share out a bigger one. I don't know. Do what you want. I'm not your dad. Ralph says, Finatra, my Danny, how you been? I like seeing the Danny emoji getting good use. It's probably my best emoji I've ever made. Certainly the one I put the most effort into. All right. Now. It looks a bit wonky. A little bit wonky. It's all right. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be a used old bar stool. So wonky is fine. Pork asks if I remember the old yogurt ads in the 90s. Danny tastes great. Yeah, I remember. Hey, you can forget Danny. Eric says, I'm a fan of the cock myself. I have my reasons. I think we're all cock fans. Everyone's posting the F Danny in the chat. Mo Biggs, Perth, Mel B, Dean, Jeremy. Love to see it. Atherline. We need a villain, and Danny is our villain. All right. Turn my thing back on. Bootleg says, show us the pic you were tracing this from. It's right there. That's my tracing. See, it's a bit off. All right. Building up. Build it up. Pork says the corner of that table will crush your nuts. It may very well. I'm not sure. Or crush your nads. Steve Worst is in the house. Where's Steve? Oh, there he is. How everyone? How's Steve? Man, you're I saw some shared pictures of the figures. They look crazy. Keep doing the Lord's work down there in that basement. You're crushing it. You know what? I think this stool would have a kind of a like a lip on the top of the thing. So I'm going to put that on, I think. I'll finish with this. If I can figure it out. There we go. Let's see how we go. Shelby was, I don't know if he's still alive, but he was drawing this friggin' amazing kick-ass card set. He was inking them from Alan Goldman. And I was thinking, well, he's been going 4 hours. Why would everyone want to watch a world-class inker, decades in the industry, drawing some amazing art, when they could watch me struggle to draw a stool? So I thought, I'm gonna come on, hang out with you all. That is the big like thing about YouTube that people don't understand. That's the mystery of it all. People think they have to be awesome, but you don't. You can be barely passable and succeed. It's for every man. Oh, Shelby's stream ended 2 minutes before you started. Oh, excellent. Just in time. Yeah, I thought, he was going like 4 hours. I'm like, Shelby, That's enough. That's enough, mate. Pack it in. Pack it in, son. Oh, cool. That's where we got the raid from. Excellent. Yeah, there was no one here for a little while. Thank you, Shelby, for keeping the seat warm. Finn is drawing Cyberfrog. Looks kind of feminine. I'm drawing a stool. Looks kind of... I don't know what it looks like. All right, I don't know if I'm going to do crosshatch here. I'll figure that out. Let me just color this bit in. Mo says, so Finn is drawing the future movie version. Yeah. Black, female, fat, disabled, bisexual Cyberfrog. It's coming. I'm going to do this next part on a new layer because I don't know if I want to keep it. That's the magic of digital. You can just do that. Pork says, so a toad then. Is Sumo in the house? Or was Sumo here earlier? No, I did say hi to Sumo. Yeah, he's here. We've got Corey Barton here. And we have... Finn says, I tend to do soft curves. Sumo's like, geez, I've been here the whole time, you prick. That's how it goes, Sumo. You know that's how it goes. Because I'm thinking it's got like a, you know, like a fabricy texture on it, but I very rarely crosshatch. So, you know, I might do like a, I think I know what I'm going to do. Hold on. Stand by. What I'm going to do. So figuring this out on the fly. And now you go in after and you do a little bit of this action. This is why I love digital. You can make things look so much cooler. Just with a flick of the old eraser. You can't do this traditionally. So Kelsey Shannon can always pick what's digital art and what isn't. By these little telltales. Pork says DC has responded to backlash and mixed Kyle Rayner Tamales variant in favor of Lapricia Patria tribute. Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. That's the whole thing. Like, I was like, do I do a video on this? Because I don't know if I'm supposed to be offended or not. I just don't know. Like, some people are saying it's funny and cool and whatever. Like, SJWs are offended. Our side is calling them out. It's just one of those weird things. Is it about cultural appropriation or like making fun of or belittling? Like, I don't really care about that. Shit, I sit here with a friggin' rainbow sombrero next to me. You know? I don't know. We've got Veride in the chat who says, "Hail Corey, love your channel." Well, it's great to have you here too, Veride. Corey says, "You're going to put reference texture under the layers, fade it a bit, and draw over it." Corey, this is why you take so long, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm probably going to do, here's what I do, Corey. So it's like, all right, I want to make this look like wood, right? I think I'm happy with the cushion. I like that. It works fine. Do that. And then you just do a bit of this, Corey. Just gonna get in there. A little bit of this action, make it old. Cut out some of the black here. Nick into it a little bit. That's how I do it. Just dirty it up a bit. And all of a sudden, you've got, actually, I think this might actually need to go down a bit though. There's like a 3D issue here. I have this idea of what I want the stool to look like in my head, but I couldn't find a photo reference of it. So I'm a bit eyeballing it. Like I said, like, how much effort do you want to put into these things that no one's even really going to look at? This is what you have to, like, this is the realities of being a friggin' sequential artist, is drawing stools that sit off to the side. People don't want to do that, and I understand. If it wasn't in service of the story, I wouldn't be doing it either. Sumo says, "Where's the stool brush when you need it?" I know, right? Could you imagine? That would be so handy. No, I only use one brush. I don't even have a chain. I don't even have a chain brush. Drawing chains over here like an idiot. Get with the times. Download a chain brush. Mel says, "Should have asked Camel." Yeah, he's got all the chain brushes. All right. Under some chairs, I guess. Hang on. I've drawn this scene from another angle, so I've got to reference that. I got a Photoshop open so I can know exactly what. So this here, I'll make this on a new panel, new layer. Bootleg says, "Teach your kids to draw this type of stuff." Don't you worry, Bootleg. That is the plan. Absolutely, that's the plan. They can be my, like manga, they have background artists, stuff like that. I need that. That would be so good. Be so handy. How do I want to do this? It's sort of like indents. I think I don't want to black it out, actually, now that I think about it. I'm going to just do a bit of this action. It's set in a old-timey English pub. There's a wood paneling with effects on it and stuff. I drew it already, but from a completely different angle. Corey asks, why is the... Hang on, Corey. Corey. Why is the stool bigger than the table, Corey? Because that's how the world works. So you put your hand in front of your face, your hand is big. And if you hold it out, it gets smaller. And if you bring it closer to your eyes, it gets bigger. You know this, Corey. You know these things. Butterbear says, it's so funny that those few marks make it look like wood. I know, right? It's crazy. Like the whole thing, it is really hard, at least for me, to make the art look not so stiff, lifeless and stuff like that. But one thing you can do, I'm speaking like when you're doing digitally like this, I don't know, I guess my style is kind of like clean anyway. So, I use these perspective rulers. It's it's a challenge. But one thing you can do is just before you finish the piece, just go over the things that need to be roughened up a bit. See, I could probably even kind of miss a spot over here. Just like roughen some things up a little bit. Mel asks, "Is Corey Vicky?" No, I've seen Corey. He thought it was like a weird bar design. Yeah, it's like it's one of those bars with giant objects in it. That would be in Japan, I think. Mo says, Danny claims if you turn a stool upside down, you have 4 seats, which is better for the environment. Mortal V says, the only things you rough up, Michael, are your palms. They are. How do you know that, Mortal? They are indeed the roughest part of my body. That is true. You're a soothsayer, my friend. What have I done here? Why is that like that? How did those lines get in there? Hang on, I gotta investigate some errant lines that shouldn't be there. Oh, they were from when I was coloring in the right. Okay, that makes sense. Don't mind me. I'm very happy that Joe and I figured this scene out, actually. I get to introduce some characters that are going to be pretty important. And I get to have James and Amita in the book. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in the book. And I don't think it's a good idea if you've got, even if they're sort of secondary. I just do them on the wrong layer. Oh, goody. That's the downside. That's the downside of working in layers. Sometimes you draw on the wrong layer, like an idiot. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea if you got secondary characters, they don't appear in a volume, because people forget about them. They need to be in every single volume, I think. So I was happy to get them back in. Mo Biggs is off. Hail, Mo. I shall see you tomorrow, my friend. Val says, I want to see one day Melanie drawing. Only if we play Pictionary or something. That's the only time she draws. I can get Mel's drawing straight away what she's trying to draw. Kick me. Damn. Corey says, what if there was a small beer on the table? Might make the perspective work better. On this stool? Yeah, man, it'd be a bit weird to have something sitting on the stool. I suppose I could put something on the right. I'll see. I'll see how it looks when it's finished. It might be a bit of empty space. I don't know. Like you'll fill in. But I've got I've got the space on here because I've got there's like dialogue up here on the left. There's a little bit above them on the right, I think. All right. God, I love perspective rulers. Look at that. It's just right there. Just fits like a glove. Hang on. I better check. I'm going to get yelled at if I do it wrong. See? Look, I went over there. Let me do that again. There we go. Sumo says, aren't there going to be people sitting at that table? Yeah, this is a booth. This is like a pub booth. So you sort of your viewpoint is you're down low, on the I guess on the floor. Why am I doing that? Looking into the booth. Sitting in. I should have drawn that on the other layer so I can cut in. Where the chairs go into the wall. Yes. Yeah, they're like booth. I mean, then they're like, booth seats or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what the vernacular is. But yeah. Like that, I suppose. A little bit more than that, maybe. Ooh. There we go. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think it's going to actually just put these details in so you guys can see what I'm doing rather than getting stuck into the weeds. All right. So, yeah, you got a chair here. Hold on a sec. Ah! Oh my God. Perth says draw one side, then copy and flip. I don't think they're perfectly. No, I guess it is. I guess it is sort of straight on. I don't know. I would do that. You know me. I ain't against copying, pasting. Let me look here. Right, so that will go in like that. That will go in like that. Now, where's that other? There's my other thing. Okay. There are like these ornamental things, I guess, on the wall. About yay high, I reckon. That looks right. Ralph says trace over someone's work. I would. It would be so much easier. But unfortunately, they no one's made this for me. Pricks. Expect me to do everything myself. Bastards. Pork says, how hilarious is it that DC's flagship title, Action Comics, has SJW's talking heads and no actual action? Every story in Detective Comics should also be Batman puzzling through mysteries. You're kind of barking up the wrong tree here, Pork. I'm not a DC guy. I have no idea what the situation is. I was asking questions yesterday about how it all works, the DC universe. I just don't know. Bootleg says, I haven't read DC since Death of Superman. I haven't. That's the only DC book I ever read. Was that one? No, actually, I lie. I read the Spawn and Batman team ups, if you want to count them. I think I read a Batman comic once. I tried to read the Dark Knight Returns. I got about 30 pages into it. It just wasn't my thing. It's fine. I don't know. I like Batman movies though. Corey says, what is this panel about? You got 4 characters, James and Amita, which they're from the first book. That's the dude with the beard and his girlfriend who manages the bookstore where Ella works. They are actually, it's mentioned in Painted Death. They say they're going to go out and meet some friends tonight, and they invite Ella, and Ella declines. Well, these are the friends that they were meeting, and they have an important role to play themselves, actually, in this story. And this is part of the discussion. It's a I guess a 2-page, just like a double, whatever it is, double page like interaction. And this guy's just received a phone call relating to what's happened in the plot with Ella. I don't think there's anything to do there. No. So one of the friends is PTP. Yeah, this guy here. There's Patrick there. If you can see him. His girlfriend is not bald. I never draw the... I drew that. I say never. I drew that hair. The French bob. I've only drawn one other French bob. So I thought I should probably sketch that out at least, get an idea of it. But with other people's hair, I was like, I've done it so many times. I'll just ink that in when I do it. Steve asked, yeah, I DM'd Patrick. I said, can you get a lot of different shots of you from different angles? I really want to capture your essence of Patrick. And that's what I did. Perth wants to know, is anyone sitting there immortal? No. No one here is. These are all people who are the age that they appear as. But they know many immortals among them. Even I would hazard to say they're very close with many immortals. It's going to be so fun getting into all that when it eventually, plays more of a role in the story. Mortal V says, in the CG lore, PTP becomes Thomas Moria after his appearance in the Lucent. I know, they look so similar. I remember when Thomas Moria came out, I was like, he's very similar looking to my character. James Morrow, the Scottish man. Now, this one's going to be... I've never drawn these kind of window things on this angle. It should be fun. It's like, I think they're about that high. Thereabouts. Yeah. Looks good. There's two windows. Of course there's two windows. And there we go. Model V says, or so the story goes. Patrick is an interesting looking fella. You know, I would definitely have I mean, I didn't base his character off Patrick, but I'm not, I would. Him and Whitney, they got their own look going. Well, his girlfriend as well. She's not like tatted up like Whitney is, but she's definitely got her own look going on too. So it's like, it's proof positive that, it's true to life. These people exist out there in the world. It could be making a comic book. Could be making one of your favorite new toys. You don't know. This one's harder because I don't actually know where this ends. I guess I'm just going to eyeball it like I always do. Please don't yell at me. Pork says, PTP man crush. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Patrick. What can I say? I respect the guy. Keeps his nose clean. He doesn't have the biggest campaigns out there, but he makes a lot of money because he puts out a lot of campaigns. I respect that. Why do you keep saying but not his nipple, Pork? What's the nipple in relation to? And Devilfish says Anna's first crush. I remember that. That was my first ever introduction to Patrick was that. She was like, "Who's that tattered guy? He looks cool." Bootleg says PTP banged his woman against a window at their hotel and left a nipple print on the window. I'm just gonna leave that there. I think I don't want to. I don't know if I want to learn any more. There's like a certain level of professional distance you like to keep among your peers, if you can call them your peers. I'm happy to just keep it like that. Not safe for work. I know, right? Bootleg says PTP showed the nipple print on stream. Oh my god, Patrick. I mean, I say all this, and then I did take a photo of. Actually, no, Mel took it, but there was a photo of me at Crown Towers in Melbourne, standing in nothing but a bathrobe, looking out to Melbourne City, living my best life with the robe pretty open out towards the city. Not quite the same thing, but Pork says better than a snail trail. Patrick. Yeah, I personally probably wouldn't be sharing that on live streams, that information. But each to their own. Finatra says Bancroft's Peen next on DNV investigations. Passion already did a deep dive on that photo and layered it with lots of different things. It's pretty funny. Now this is some sort of shelf that sits here. It doesn't go that far. It's like here, sits out about yay high. That's like the price, isn't it, of getting a bit more notoriety. People coming to sort of pick apart everything you're doing. Like I saw that one with they're like questioning how Eric July is packaging his books and stuff. It's like, damn. I mean, it's not a massive issue. It's just so you got to go through. What is going on here? Hold on a sec. Why is my... Oh, I was like, I thought that was the top of the picture. I was like, why is this not working? And it's just, nah, you're an idiot. It goes higher than that, doofus. Bootleg says, I like that PTP knows his wife is hot, makes him seem genuine. I have a hot wife too. So does Camel. It's a comic skaters with hot wives. Camel is very open about that. Brings it up whenever he gets the opportunity. And it made Rob really upset. Rob was hoping Camel would be like, struggling to get anyone to touch him. It's not the case. And that's why it's like, how SJWs always project? That's why they call us incels. Because their loved ones actually are probably questionable, more than likely. Viriday asks a very good question. Does everyone in Comicsgate get hot wives, or do people with hot wives instinctively join CG? My guess is it's the latter. Again, to go back to Camel, he has a theory that a lot of the reason why people are like, they think the things that they think and they act the way that they act is because they're either not getting laid or they're not happy who they're with. More than likely not getting laid. Oh, Clayton's in the house. G'day, Clayton. How you going, buddy? He wants me to show the hair. Yeah, it's not as short as what you think it is. Hold on a sec. Let me go full screen. Let's inspect Mel's haircut. All right, I'll take off my comfort hood. See, there's just a little bit of length on the front, and then the sides, can you see? It's a bit sweaty with Thingo, but look at that forehead. That is a beast of a forehead. I should show my forehead off more often, I think. I have it out there on Camel Nights, but not going bald yet, thankfully. I think at the very late in life, like in his 80s, my mother's father had a bit of a bald patch going, but I don't think it was very big. She does a good job. You're right, Clayton. Mel knows how to accentuate the forehead. Yes, it is. She does a real good job. We started doing it obviously during lockdown. I used to pay like $40, $50 for this haircut. And get it for free. Actually, she does the whole thing. Like she'll thin out the eyebrows a little because they I'm at that age where I start to get the old man kind of long ones, start getting hair coming out of the ear, which is never pretty. I have pretty hairy ears anyway, so she'll even do the trim down the beard, give me my jawline back from when I was a younger man. Maybe when I get down to 85 kilos, I don't know what that is in pounds, I'll do the full shave, and you can see what it looks like then. I shaved my head once when I was like older, and I don't know, my face is just too chubby. It's not a good look. I think, didn't you say you were worried that you would have a chubby face too? I think, Clayton, it is a concern. It's a shaved head is kind of a, I don't know, younger man's look. Yeah, it just keeps going up, Jeremy. It's crazy. I mean, they have us over a barrel. That's the problem. Who else is going to cut your hair? Yourself? Your wife? Yep. That's exactly who's going to cut my hair. Bootleg says he has a Replicator's haircut, had it for 30 years. The new one, I mean, he's just shaved his head, hasn't he? He's just cut it all off. That's what I used to have. And I put on a bit of weight, and I just think it looks funny. So now I give it just a little bit longer on top. Yeah. Well, that's good. Somehow the opposite effect occurred. He thinks he looks pudgier with the hair. Well, if your hair is thinning, you're going to look older no matter what. So if your hair is thinning, yes, the best thing to do is to cut it off. That will knock loads off your look. And I think weight has, something to do with that. Perth says, I have hair like Samson. Long? There's a few people with the long hair in Comicsgate. There's Pete Samedi. There's Bandito has long hair. Who else? Doesn't Dalkeone have long hair? Sure, there's others. Mike Miller. Finatra. Yes, Finatra does indeed rock a man bun. Rocks it hard. It's not easy to pull off a man bun. I can imagine. I never had one. I did used to have long hair, but that we're talking like when I was a teen. I wanted to have the Eddie Vedder look, and I kind of did. I have similar hair to Eddie Vedder. Finn says he thinks Risey is growing his hair out too. I can't even remember what Risey looks like. I know that there's a picture of him floating out there, but I can't remember who it is. Here's someone with long hair. Amanda B. Welcome. Good morning. What time is it there? Must be super early. We've been going for an hour 30, so I'm probably going to end it there. I don't like to go too much longer than that. And plus, it's 8 o'clock here, so it's time for me to go in and have some dinner. Mel has said she's going to make me a toasted salami sandwich with gherkins and maybe some lettuce, some tomato. It's going to be good. Let me show you. Let me show Amanda what I've been drawing here. This little quaint little scene set in a pub, in a London pub, and they're gonna have some butties with butter, and they're talking about it is. Mel makes a mean sandwich. She got robbed. Remember Sandwich Saturday? She got robbed week after week on that thing. Best sandwiches. Best sandwiches in CG, hands down. Actually, Amanda makes a mean sandwich. I used to always vote for Amanda's sandwiches no matter what. Because I thought they were the best after Mel's. Thank you all. That's it for me. Tomorrow's my big day of streaming at 5 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 5 p.m. I will be hanging out on Andy Smith's show. Which means I probably won't be making a video tomorrow. But I'll be on YouTube all day. So I'll be doing that. That'll be like an interview. And then I will be doing their video game show over at Camel's. And after that, the Rob and Bancroft show, which I am now naming the Flat Ball and Forage show in honor of Rob's new flat ball haircut. So yeah. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I am drawing Painted Death here. If you like the look of it, if you like my stool rendering, my little quaint pub scene. Unfortunately, we didn't get to any of the characters today. Might do that another time. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like drawing later. Please sign up to the Painted Death. Actually, let me check that. How many have we got here? Last time I looked, I was at 50 to go to 1,000. We're trying to get to 1,000. Oh, another 5 of you have signed up. Fantastic. 45 to 1,000. You just start making a countdown. So thank you all for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow, the big day of streaming. All right. See you guys. Bye. Where is it? There.